Is my security group in AWS being used? Let's find out how to find out. Hey there, this is Tom with Tom's Tech Show, and today we're going to go over how using PowerShell to find out if a security group, so security groups provide um, basically port level security for what traffic can flow through a network interface. It's kind of like a firewall on your regular computer. You know, you allow different traffic in and out. This is what a security group is doing, and those get attached to uh, multiple instances, interfaces, different things like that. So here I have a PowerShell script. The top part of this script is just in order to get my um, access key and secret key. I store all of that in a database, and um, that database, it allows me to set up different ones and run similar scripts against that. So what we really need to do is just be able to do the set AWS credential with our access key and secret key, and that gets us connected to AWS. The next thing we're going to do here is pick what regions I want to test. So these are all the regions that I don't want to go through all the regions in the world. I know where I have EC2 instances, and those are the only regions that I want to test. So I'm going to keep a running total of how many are there. Okay, so we know that security groups are attached to network interfaces, so we can scan all the network interfaces and see if our groups are attached to any of those at any given time. So we have to get a group list. I do some writing, give my little output a little header up here, but so we get our group list. So we, in this whole region, we're going to get all the groups in the region, then we're going to loop through them. So for every group, we're going to do this net check, which gets our network interfaces and what groups there are, and see if that group ID matches the group ID that's in my list. Okay, so if that comes back being 0, there are no groups, there are no interfaces connected to my groups, then I know that I can't delete the default one. So if my group name is default, then I'm going to skip that one. I have another special group that I use that ends in RDS. So if there's some that you set up specifically that you know may not be being used, then you can filter those out as well, like I'm doing here, where if the group name substring, the last 3 characters basically is RDS, because I use this group to secure my RDS instances, then I don't want those to be deleted or displayed. Now I do have here commented out that you can remove the security group if you want. If it's not being used, full well in the script you can have it remove them automatically. But for right now, we're going to write the group name out, add to our total, and then continue on through the rest of the regions. Now, what this outputs is a list that kind of looks like this. This is redacted, but we have like my database connection up here gets set up, and then I get my AWS credential. And then US West, there were none. In US East, there was 1. US East 1, there were 2. US West, there were none. That gives me a total of 3 here at the bottom. So it just loops through, gives me that output, and then I can go, okay, these are the ones that I want. I can research them, see what if they're meant to be used somewhere, and either delete them accordingly, or if I say, okay, do this once and then come back and say, yes, I'm going to delete them. So I remove the comment in front of remove EC2 security group, and then run the script again, and it will go through and delete all of the security groups that are not in use. So it's pretty much that easy. Just looping through that to get all those security groups. There is a creep that happens, like you can continually, maybe you're in AWS, you're launching instances, you use them temporarily. I just need something to go create a jump box. I need to get on this other system and do something, and you create it, and then you remove it, and then the security group stays there because AWS will automatically create its own security group along the way unless you're picking one. specifically from the list that's presented. So these things can have these things, there's creep happens and extra clutter happens and garbage gets left out in just about any IT instance. I don't know how many in our VMware cluster. I don't know how many instances we have that are just floating around off that I need to delete, but I haven't gotten approval to clear all this stuff out yet. It just takes time. And the same thing with the security groups. They can creep up. There can be a lot of them. Old scripts as you're testing, different things can happen. So this is one real quick way just to run this script, and boom, all your security groups that are not being used were shown. Okay, let's delete, and either automatically remove them or go in and manually remove them. Makes it pretty easy. All right. Well, thanks for watching this, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. I've passed 500. I'm at 533 subscribers. Thank everyone for subscribing. I try and make content that is helpful, things that are on my mind, things that are going on in life, and I appreciate everybody. So we will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.